guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the this or that reading tag. I haven't done a tag video in a while. There was a little time where I was doing like 3 of them in a row, but we took a break and now we're back with a tag, and I thought this was just going to be a fun little tag to do. Let's just get started. I have the questions here on my phone. I don't know who the original person who started this tag is. Number 1, reading on the couch or reading on the bed? And I 100% have to say reading on the couch. You guys in my vlogs see me sitting on our red couches that we have, or even our recliner, and hardly ever in bed. I can't read in bed. We don't spend time in the bedroom unless we're going to bed. So there's just no point in me sitting in there and reading. So I don't sit on the bed and read. Next question. Main character, male or female lead? So I don't even honestly, okay, no, I can think of some, but I hardly ever read any like male lead main character books ever. I am very female oriented when it comes to books, and I didn't even realize that until kind of recently. Most of my books are female main characters, and I am totally okay with that. And I think it's probably just because as a female, I can see myself in their shoes, you know, kind of like a thing. Even if I don't relate to them, like, I don't know. It's a weird, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I hardly ever read any male books. I don't really care for them as much. Girl power all the way. But I did recently read like Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones has a lot of male, but also female main characters. It kind of switches because it's different point of views. So I really don't read a whole lot of male characters. Harry Potter. That's probably the one book series that I absolutely adore that is male. So otherwise I would absolutely say female. The only thing about, like, if I do read male, I don't mind it as much when I have different POVs and it kind of switches back between male and female. I like those, especially when it's a romance. I love to get the male's like point of view, but most of the time, female all the way, guys. Female all the way. Next question, sweet or salty snacks while reading? And I don't eat a whole lot while I read because it's just too difficult. I typically tend to drink something, so I'm usually drinking like tea or, I don't know, some other beverage. But for snacks, I feel like I'm gonna say salty. But maybe that's just what I've been into recently, is a lot of like chips. Although we have had a lot of cookies and stuff recently. But I'm gonna say salty. I would if I'm gonna read, I'll eat like some popcorners or something. Moving on from that one. Okay, this one's interesting. Trilogies or quartets? I feel like this should just be like trilogies or like multi-book series, because quartets are just 4 in a series. I don't know very many books that are 4 in a series. So I'm gonna do like trilogies or series. And I don't know. I feel like I want to say trilogies, but I don't read I feel like I'm reading more series than I am trilogies. Although I think like my preference would be trilogies. It's kind of difficult because I like series, but I like to read them as they're coming out if they're going to be multi-book series, because otherwise it's a little daunting and I tend to almost not want to read them because there's just so many. Whereas like with trilogies, I'm like, oh, that's 3 books, bing, bing, bam, it's out. You know, whereas like a series with multiple, like I'm going to be reading the Zodiac Academy and there's 6 books out. And I've been like really hesitant to read it just because I don't want to read 6 books right now. And so it's just kind of like one of those situations. Trilogies are nice because it's just 3 books, but also series are good when they're being built upon. Like if I'm in the middle of them as they're coming out, that's fantastic. Or if there's only like a couple are out, but more will be coming. Or even like with from Blood and Ash, like it was supposed to be a trilogy, but there's going to be more now. It's just, I tend to I feel like I want to read more trilogies. Like, I love trilogies, but I'm drawn to the ones that are multi-book series. So kind of both. I feel like if we go through the question, I'm just throwing this in there now, series versus standalones, I think I would say series, especially romance series, because I like that, like, enemies to lovers or slow burn type of situation. That you can't necessarily get as well in a standalone. You can, no doubt about that, but it's better in a series because it can just grow. Okay, I'm done with that question. I expanded on that way too much. Number 5. I have multiple answers for this too. First person or third person POV. So I have 2 answers for this depending on the way the book is written. So if it is just a one person, like, narrative the whole way, or POV, so it's just one character's POV the entire book, then I would say first person. Like, I want the eyes, I want it to be in their head, I want to, like, see what they're feeling, read what they're feeling, and stuff like that. But when it's multiple POVs, like, if it's going to be a book with multiple characters that I'm reading about, I don't mind third person, but I do prefer first person still. But I don't mind third person in that situation. But I don't really love third person in just one character's point of view for the entire book. So it's kind of, I prefer first person for sure. I don't mind third person, but I prefer first. I think I said that like 10 times. Okay. Night or morning reader? Morning. Middle of the day. I don't read a whole lot in the morning because usually I'm up and going to work, or just playing with Eddie or something. And at night is kind of the same thing, playing with Eddie, trying to get him tired before going to bed. And usually reading at night makes me tired, and so I'm kind of a middle of the day. Like, from 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m., that's my prime reading time. Number 7, libraries or bookstores? Both. I absolutely love both. So I am currently in grad school to become a librarian. I absolutely love libraries. The atmosphere of a library, just being surrounded by books, being able to check out a book without having to pay money but have that physical copy in your hand is so nice. Or even checking ebooks out, which is fantastic. If you guys don't use Libby, use Libby. It's awesome. But also, I love having my own copies of books. Like, I love being able to pull a book off of my own shelf and read it whenever I want. And typically, like, I buy the books that I absolutely love from bookstores. So, like, bookstores are nice because they're all just so fresh and new. And there's just, like, I don't know. I love bookstores, though. I just don't like having to pay for the books. So I like libraries. Okay, number 8. Books that make you laugh or books that make you cry? Both. Like, I like a book that makes me laugh and cry. Like, give me one of those and we're solid. I don't read a whole lot of books that just make me laugh, but I feel like I do tend to read a lot of books that make me cry. And sometimes I don't know if anybody knows what the Enneagram is or cares about it at all, but I enjoy the Enneagram, and I am an Enneagram 4, and we like to feel, okay? Like, I'm a 4 through and through. Like, I like to feel. And so I'm gravitated toward those books that make me cry because I just need a good cry sometimes. So I'm probably going to say books that make me cry. Number 9, black or white book covers? Colorful ones? I like color. But if I have to choose between those, I'd probably say black, just because it looks so classy and I love the sleek look of black. And I feel like white can just get really dirty really easily. So I just don't. I'd say black. I love, like, a nice sleek black book cover. Last one. Character-driven or plot-driven stories? I'd have to say character-driven. The book could have, like, no plot, but have amazing characters, and I'd probably still give it, like, 5 stars. I really, really enjoy characters, and I love character building, but I prefer if it has both a plot and characters in it, like character driven. And I feel like in order to have like a good plot, you have to have good characters. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. But I still think I would say character driven, because what's a book without characters? Like I'm not going to read a book if I don't love the characters. And so if I don't love the plot, but I still love the characters, I'm probably still going to read it quite a bit. So I would have to say characters for sure. Well, that is it for this tag. Those were the 10 this or that questions. I probably talked way more than I needed to about each one. Let me know what some of your answers would be for these questions. I would really love to hear your thoughts and opinions on them, as I shared way too many of mine. But I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!